Hi everybody, Andy Lightbody, Gear Talk. Well, Gear Talk is kind of a special program where we look at new products, new innovations, new ideas that are going to make it easier for you for not only necessarily hunting, but fishing and enjoying the great outdoors. Joining me is Kevin Howard, who's the president of Howard Communications, probably one of the leading, if not the most leading, outdoor public relations with a whole host of clients. And if you can tell by the hat that we have on right now, we're talking about Bushnell, who makes a whole line of fine optics. You may know them for, well, everything from binoculars to rifle scopes, some of the other companies, the Tasco Group, Stony Point, things that we use every day. I'll bet you don't know about this one, because this is a new product that was recently introduced, and it's called the Backtrack. Kevin is going to talk to us a little bit about it, and I'm going to critique what I think of the GPS system, which is the greatest thing since the military ever put up all those 24 satellites, yet is also some of the most confusing to use if you're trying to navigate. Kevin is going to talk a little bit about the Bushnell Backtrack and tell us, guess what? It's so simple, almost even I could use it. Kevin, thanks for taking the time to join us.
Well, you're welcome.
Backtrack really is kind of redefined the world of GPS.
It is.
Tell me.
Well, as you know, the GPS systems have gotten more and more sophisticated, I guess, with lots of information that
overload.
And some people it is. I mean, it's more than they really want. Bushnell's got a great system, the 350 and the 400, that you can download maps to. I mean, we can have a topo map and a virtual map of
I can put 16 waypoints. I can know where the outhouse is versus the camps. You know, the camp chef's cook. You know, the where's my tent? All of these things. But sometimes I don't need all that, do I?
No, but I got the deal for you. The Backtrack. The Backtrack is such a simple product. It's basically what it says it is. You set a waypoint when you leave a vehicle or camp. Turn it off, and when you get ready to come home, you turn it back on, punch in your waypoint, and it takes you right back to your starting point.
All right, now we were out playing with it earlier. It's got a whole two buttons.
Two buttons.
Okay, two buttons. One of them kind of is like turn it on, so we can walk everybody through that. And you're standing out in an open area. Obviously, if you're inside a building, it may or may not be able to grab a satellite. If you're under a big heavy canopy of trees, it may or may not be able to grab a satellite. But if you're in an open area, like where you parked your car and you're getting ready to, say, head up for a day of hiking with the kids and you've never been there before, or you get ready to go fishing or hunting, whatever, you turn it on and you grab a satellite, right?
Right. You just turn it on, and once you're in that area, it really is quick. I mean, this is the same technology that's in the real sophisticated GPS units. So, like you said, you turn it on, it has a little flash on the satellite, and once it stops flashing, then you're locked on, and then you simply just hold the button down to set your waypoint right there.
So I know I've just gotten out of my car.
You just got out of your car, and actually it has three little icons. One is a house-looking icon, the other is a car-looking icon, the other is a star. It will only hold 3 waypoints.
So I don't have to worry that I locked in number 14, but I missed 16.
Right.
I've got 3.
You've got 3.
Okay.
And they're changeable. You know, if you go to a different place and you get out of your car and you lock that position in, then that's the one that's left in the unit. So it doesn't. You can't keep a bunch of waypoints. It keeps 3. That's it. But you can override them to the place where you go. You know, when you change.
So it doesn't have a memory, a long-term memory.
No.
Okay.
So. Now, you have those 3 waypoints. It also has a compass. So you have 4 basic
features and functions.
Yep, and 4 screens. There's 4 screens. It's the compass, the house or camp, the car, and a star. And so, you know, one of those 4 things pops up. If you punch, you know, if you're walking and you punch the car up, then it tells you how far it is back to your car. If you punch camp, it tells you how far and which direction camp is.
And it's going to give you a directional navigation feature.
It's a point and direct.
So let's put this into perspective for those that don't understand GPS, don't necessarily like it, or think, for crying out loud, why can't I just read a topo map? I get out of my car, I'm going on a hunting or a fishing trip, I click it right now. That locks in point number one.
Right.
I then get, and I start walking. Now, I don't have to do anything at this point, right? I mean, there's nothing that I've got to put in, additional data.
No, in fact, you
and
can just shut it off, save battery life, and put it in your pocket.
Until I get to...
Wherever you quit hunting.
That's my favorite fishing hole. That's my elk wallow.
Then you can just punch that one in, and that's your second one.
Okay. And then I said, well, you know what? But I'm going to go stay up on the ridge tonight because I didn't find anything, but I found a lot of good elk sign down below. I'm going to make camp up on the ridge. When I get to the ridge,
boom, you
click number 3.
And that's your 3 points.
So in the morning, I can either go back down to my elk wallow or my trout fishing hotspot, or I can navigate myself back to, what, point number 1? The car.
Right.
If I don't want to.
Yeah. So you have those 3 points.
They're making this too simple, folks.
And you just scroll through to the one you want to go to, and it'll tell you the direction and how far. And that's it.
It does not burden me with all the idea of I'm at latitude, longitude, north, west, east, south, all of the things that the more sophisticated ones do. They will lock in.
And those are great units, and if you want to take the time to use it, to learn how to use it, they're great units because you can add so much more to it.
Kevin, I wrote a book on the Blue Mesa Reservoir where nobody had ever mapped it out. I not only mapped it out, I sonared it, I GPSed it so that if people wanted to, they can go to my location at latitude, longitude, this and that. But for the majority of people, that's way too much information, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Something like this, it's lightweight, it's inexpensive.
And it's got so many uses. They're selling a lot of these to women who go shopping in big malls. And they just get out of their car, they punch it, they can go shop. Don't have to worry about where they park the car, come out, turn it on, say, where's my car? And
because it does a reverse countdown. You're 26 yards away, you're then 14 yards away.
It'll just take you right back
there's
to your
your red Tahoe.
Right.
Wow.
So it's got, uses just...
Probably we haven't even thought of yet.
I mean, just, you can use it for a number of different things, to navigate back to wherever you need to go, to backtrack to where, it's like...
and it's not a $400, $500 unit, is it?
No, it sells for less than $70.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So,
if people would like more information about it, they can go to the Bushnell website, I'm sure?
Yeah, go to the Bushnell website, and they've got a video on there on how to use it and some different information on it, which is good to look at. I can't imagine anybody not buying one, to tell you the truth, because the cost is great.
It weighs nothing. It goes into anybody's pocket or purse if it's at the shopping mall, right?
Right. So it's so simple to use.
And like I said, the idea of the 2 buttons, nothing complicated, not all the logistics of everything that's realistically been associated with GPS in the past. Kind of a trendsetter, isn't it?
It is. It is. They've got it in all different kinds of colors. They've got it in pink and yellow, and they've got it in camo and white and black. I mean, it's... Oh
my gosh, I can do designer?
Yeah, you can.
Kevin, I appreciate that. Obviously, folks, this is something, again, this is why we do Gear Talk. This is the new and the product innovations. Again, it's made it simple. It's made it less intimidating for everybody that, hey, if you're going to go out for the day and you want to make sure that you can get back to where you need to be, everybody from your wife at the mall to you in the out of doors.